find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
SmashMouth Footballerz.
Wait, we got a dream, next to the team, yeah, we can handle it. Wait, soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call
Introducing.
They know what it is, know what I do.
Nick Tate.
Who don't understand? Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My ring.
Joe Caldero.
Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile or even fit
Chad Young.
my shoes. Still I got a lot to prove, but for all that we've been through, this overdue. This the anthem.
Hey, welcome to SmashMouth Footballerz. I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldero.
I'm Jet Lack.
Guys, we truly appreciate all the love and support you've been giving out to us. You've been checking out our giveaways. Don't forget to go to our commercial. Explains it all. All right, check out our merch store and tag into our giveaway for our merch store, guys. And also, you guys just want to, have us put you on the podcast. Just let us know for a little 1 or 3 second clip that you love SmashMouth Footballerz, and we'll throw you up here on the cast. You can see yourself on YouTube.
Everybody likes to see himself on YouTube.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason we got Chad here. Mm-hmm. He's like, dude, I want to be on YouTube.
I'm a fan of me.
That's it.
I love me some me. Just like T.O.
That's it, baby. So, guys, we wanted you to come out today and check out our top 5 running backs.
For the week, for week 11.
For week 11. And we're just going to give it to you for who where we stand on those top 5 running backs based on comparison. You guys have a 14 bye this week. So I know that's going to give you a little bit of a headache. You're going to have to go out there and go fishing for a couple of wide receivers and running backs this week.
Let's talk about who's on bye.
Chuba Hubbard in our running back section. James Conner, he got spelled a little bit. Worked out great for him.
Yep.
Yeah, the Giants. Yeah, Tracy, who's going to be on by, and Tyron Tracy's been doing good things, big things. And Bucky Irving, supposed to have been a bust last week, put up numbers. He put up numbers. And I have faith completely going forward, but hey, we had some good running backs on buys. James Conner's a legit number 1. Chuba Hubbard's been a legit number 1 all year. The other two is Tyron Tracy ended up being he's a RB2, so you're going to fill these spots with somebody.
Right.
So who do you think is your number 1, Chad?
Oh, my number 1 this week is the early game. It's Saquon. I can't pull Saquon out.
No, you can't.
I can't pull him out number 1. Dude's he's lighting it up. Some of y'all got lucky. Some people right there win the consensus of the leagues. They went wide receiver. Me, I was a big believer in CeeDee Lamb. I went wide receiver. Some cats out there got lucky. They got Saquon and they got Derrick Henry back to back. And you better be winning your league if you got that lucky.
That's no joke, man. But I don't know. I'm not a Saquon number 1 guy this week. The Commanders' defense has been stopping the run game. They're completely stepping up in that area a lot. That's kind of where they stayed in the game last week was because of their defense.
I think I know who you're going to pick for your number 1.
It's not McCaffrey.
Oh man, I was wrong. I almost would have put money on that.
I'm sorry, not this week, guys. But anyway, go ahead, Chad. Lead us into what you got.
Yeah.
So number 1 for you is Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. Number 2 is going to be Joe Mixon against that Dallas. Dallas looks like it's a train wreck over there. Cooper Rush was supposed to come in and light something. He was atrocious, like all quarterback play this weekend. All quarterback play was atrocious, and Cooper Rush just set the standard for being terrible in the NFL.
Yeah, they're looking at Trey Lance now.
Trey Lance come in there, spelled him on a trick play, and then ended up taking snaps in the fourth quarter. Yep. So number 2 is going to be Joe Mixon. Houston played a strong, hard game. It's Detroit. They beat Detroit. Nothing to shy away from. Joe Mixon had a good game against this Dallas defense. He's going to dominate, and that's all they're going to need. That's why Joe Mixon's my number 2 running back this week. Y'all have any qualms?
No.
You have any different?
I could almost see Devon Achane going, but from the 6th position for the consensus going up in the top 5, but maybe not number 2.
Yeah, Mostert was running wings a better mule on the trade block, and he's out of the top 30 right now as far as fantasy wide receiver. So he's definitely taken over.
I've seen a lot of people talk about this week with Mostert and the Dolphins. Everybody's kind of confused of what direction they're going with their game because what they had working for them last year, they ain't even playing it this year.
No, it's and then it's their record. Because of the injury to Tua and defensively they lost Jalen Phillips. Mm-hmm. Their record is what the record is and what they're doing, they're kind of out of it. I don't blame them for what they're doing.
3-6.
Yeah, I don't blame them for what they're doing.
No.
All right, so we got Saquon Barkley number 1. We got Joe Mixon number 2.
Yep. Number 3 for me is Run CMC versus Seattle. It's a division game. They need to win. San Francisco needs to win. They pulled that out last week, and I couldn't believe it with the field goal. That was a competitive game, and it really worked out for our team. The Saints are 4-5. Tampa is now, and you saw McCaffrey get involved early with the pass game, and that was his first game back. Same was going to happen this game. It's just going to be better.
He did good.
Yeah, that's my. He's and all. Like the injury to Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings showed up, but it's not what we thought it would have been. They started leaning on him. Brock Purdy, I thought was going to have a game, but like
Ricky Pearsall.
Ricky Pearsall had the touchdown. It's just the second half he finally came on. The quarterback play last week, I don't know what the reason was, but none of it was good. I didn't think so.
Outside of that Thursday game.
Outside of Thursday's game, yeah. So Run CMC is my number 3. So I got Saquon Barkley, Joe Mixon, and I got Run CMC as my number 3 running backs going forward.
Okay, who you got for number 4, Chad?
Number 4 is King Henry. I know it's going against a tough defense. This is a division game. This is like November. This is what I love about football.
Hard-nosed football, right?
Yeah, this is what I love. I love this game. I can't wait to watch it. And Derrick Henry didn't put up the best numbers last week because everybody was throwing all over the yard. And I didn't like Baltimore's game plan. They fixed that against Pittsburgh. They're like, okay, we're going to run the ball. We have to. Pittsburgh's defense is great, but he's going to find the end zone, right?
Just to fall forward into the end zone.
Yeah, he's going to find the end zone. So
he's a consensus number 8 through all platforms, and I think that's way too low.
He's having, even though this is a tough defense, isn't it the best matchup for him? And I could see why so many people would not have him in the top 5. And I believe he's going to score.
Unless you're saying that Baltimore's not going to score 40 points in this game, then
I don't think that's happening.
I'm going to tell you like this. So the Steelers are doing really good.
Yeah.
And they're fighting.
Their defense is doing it.
But they haven't been up against an offense like this yet.
Have not.
So I think there's a good chance that they fall apart a little bit.
I mean, if you take the Commanders as being close to this.
I don't think the Commanders are close.
Not at all.
I'm going to tell you, I think that the Commanders have a great quarterback.
Yep.
I think they got a good little lineup. Mm-hmm. But I think the Baltimore Ravens team is way 2 or 3 steps ahead of them.
I agree.
So, all right, who we got for number 5, Chad?
My number 5 going out. You would think that I'd pick up bell cow going forward, but I don't like this. I don't like the matchup. Bijan Robinson, I know this is consensus number 5 for a lot of people. I don't like him going against Denver. I saw what Denver did against Kareem Hunt. Denver should have won that game against Kansas City. I don't like it. Like the Devin O'Chain, he slips into my top 5 because he's going against the Raiders.
I like it. And he's going against the Broncos.
No, Bijan's going against the Broncos.
Devin O'Chain.
Yeah, Devin O'Chain's going against.
You're saying Devin O'Chain's number 5.
Yeah, he's my number 5.
Yeah.
Just because they're not using Mostert the way you would intend. It's 32, and you finally saw Tua through some bad passes, but he started getting his wide receivers involved, and they started running the ball more. And they're going to lean on that. They have to have something going forward, right?
Right.
Because this team was good. They just got decimated by injuries. So they're going to lean on this, and they got 7 games to prove it. And I think it starts now. So that's why I got Devin O'Chain in my top 5.
Chad's top 5. We're looking at Saquon Barkley, number 1.
Yep.
Joe Mixon, number 2. Christian McCaffrey for number 3.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Derrick Henry, number 4.
Yep.
And Devin O'Chain, number 5.
Yeah, no real surprises, really. You could make an argument maybe for Kyron Williams to sneak in there, and I would make an argument for even Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Because Flacco's really opened things up, but I can't, with the production these 5 backs have had all year, even with Jay Chain's little injury, it's just too good. It's too consistent.
All right, Joe, what do you differ from that?
Okay, so I do not differ with the number 1, Saquon.
I think
Saquon is my guy anyway. He's so awesome. Number 2, I'll go. I'm going Jahmyr Gibbs, number 2 against Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's a good call.
And I'll move Joe Mixon down to number 3. The whole Houston offense runs through Mixon. I mean, with Nico Collins coming back, hopefully, it's going to open up more room for him.
Yep.
So Joe Mixon. I'm going Alvin Kamara against Cleveland just for sheer volume of carries.
You know, consensus, I've seen him as low as 11, as high as 15 or 16. He's leading. He's third in all-purpose yards.
Yes.
And if he catches that bomb, would have sealed the game.
We're talking about fantasy football.
Wise.
We're talking about PPR.
Look,
this dude is going to catch 8 balls. He's going to carry the ball 32 times.
They found an identity. Like, it looked like, look, we're Saints fans, it's too little too late, but they found an identity. If Kamara catches that ball, his fantasy points explode. It's a 60-something yard pass for a touchdown.
Right.
Like, he's third in the league in all-purpose yards. He's 11 and 15. Yeah, again, it's Cleveland. It was supposed to be a great defense, but they've been struggling all year. Like, I would sneak Kamara into 8 to 10 range this week.
Yeah. I really like him this week.
Yeah.
I think. So my next guy, Christian McCaffrey, just because it's Christian McCaffrey. So that's 4, right?
That's fine.
That's 5. Okay, yeah, Christian McCaffrey be my, and I need him to come alive. There's a couple of guys that I was going to move up. I was going to bring Breece Hall up against Indianapolis, but they're going to have to throw the ball. So Aaron Rodgers has shown that Breece Hall, coming from a top 3 pick to in the fantasy draft to a 11 to 15 pick. That's what with the production he's showing. That's what he would be at, and that's ridiculous.
All right, so number 1 for you is Saquon Barkley.
Saquon.
Number 2, Jahmyr Gibbs.
He's gonna blow it away.
Number 3.
What'd you say? You said Kamara?
Kamara. No. Number 3 was Mixon.
Mixon.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
Number 4 is Kamara.
Yep.
And number 5.
Number 5 was CMC.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, for me, guys, I'm looking at number 1. I think it's Joe Mixon this week. Okay, Dallas defense is just completely falling apart. They're hoping just to throw the ball, get some kind of points on the board, and I think the team itself has given up and they're waiting on to the next year. Like you said, though, the Texans they run straight. I mean, everything goes through him. Everything is Joe Mixon. He's the most consistent thing on that team. He's more consistent than C.J. Stroud is on that team this year. I don't know why, but it is, and he looks like he's in his 20s the way he's playing. Like he's playing like he's young. So I think Joe Mixon has a really big week this week. Number 2 for me, I think it's Saquon. I think Saquon has a great game. I just think that he slows down a little bit. I think the Commanders' defense is starting to tighten up. I just don't feel like he has a great breakout week this week, but I think he gets solid points. Going into number 3 for me, guys, I think that Kyren Williams. All right, going against the Patriots. Patriots in the same kind of boat as the Dallas Cowboys. They're trying to figure out how to throw the ball, who's going to get it. They're trying to score points on the board, and the defense is tired.
Yep.
All right, number 4 for me, Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry is...
Can't go wrong
with him. You can't go wrong with this guy, right? He's already at 184 carries for the year, 1,120 yards and 12 touchdowns. I mean, he's got a touchdown in every single game that he's played this year.
He's the only running back that's averaging a touchdown a game, and statistically, he's having the greatest year of his career.
That's it.
The greatest year of a lot of people's career.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, man. Christian McCaffrey at number 5. That's my boy. I love him to death. Seahawks. I mean,
he just hasn't been back long enough.
Man, it's just... I feel like, they're going to get out there. They're going to give the Seahawks some competition. But at the end of the day, I mean, you've seen the difference just last week of how the 49ers play with CMC on the field, and I think it just gets better and better as we go forward.
I wanted to say Bijan, but, Algiers, he was spelling him pretty good bit.
Yeah.
They're trying to give him the goal line work. He just couldn't do nothing with it.
He lost against the Saints. He had a good game. He had 90-something yards and he had a score, but he's going against Denver, and Denver's defense is a different animal.
Man, they're so good.
They're doing way better.
Yeah, and I just think that you're going to have other people.
Beginning of the year, Denver's defense was slacking, and then I think week 3, week 4, they tightened up a lot.
They're the best defense in the league.
They tightened up a whole lot.
Yep.
Yeah, they can shut down you on one side, but Surtain, they've been able to stop the run so far, so it's great. And the only other surprise I would put in, like, I really seriously thought about putting him in because of just how dynamic he has been is and it's not him, it's Joe Burrow. So
Yeah,
Chase Brown is he is a RB1 at this juncture.
And he's definitely their guy.
And they love him to death. And Joe Burrow is finding him a reception, a score. So I mean, don't sleep on Chase. If you got Chase Brown, like, and you're playing him in RB2,
Yeah.
sleep on him.
I think he's gonna be an RB. He's in the top 10.
In that same Josh Jacobs against Chicago. Chicago's folding. You could easily put him up in the top 8.
Yeah. Hey, be wary. We're going to go into this a little bit later on in the week, but be wary DeAndre Swift because Shane Waldron got fired today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why Chicago hired him in the first place. He never did much in Seattle, but
Does it do any good to fire him and not Eberflus? It doesn't do any good.
he's just trying to save his job. Shane Waldron didn't do anything in Seattle. I don't understand why they hired him. That's what I thought at the beginning of the season. So,
Yep. All right, so guys, that's our consensus for week 11. That's each one of our top 5 running backs. So that concludes it. Till next time, I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldera.
I'm Jedi.
And we're out.
Give me the chip. I need the
SmashMouth Footballerz.
We got a dream next to the team. Yeah, we can handle it. Wait, soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call me the champ. They know what it is, know what I do, know who I am, who don't understand. Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My ring said to be immortalized. Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile or even fit into my shoes. Still, I got a lot to prove, but for all that we've been through, this overdue. This the anthem. Pull up and you know the team is strong. This your anthem. All my underdogs. Everybody get your hands up. Sometimes it's hard, but we made it through. We were struggling for a minute, so that winning overdue. Yeah. They know it's true.